Hello, welcome to our presentation. We are excited to introduce our product known as Nirvana for the country of India. My name is Jesse Alfrey. You will also be privileged to hear from Spencer Rangel, Zach Stevens, and Matthew Cushing. So the first thing that we'll talk about is our product, the VRIO, which is value, rarity, imitability, and organization. With our value, deliver clean and sustainable water to the people of India, as that is the source that is dangerously drying up and not very clean. The rarity, it's not a very rare product, but the superior quality and research and development to back it up will allow us to be competitive. The imitability portion will be difficult for others to mimic because of the research and development and the unique design of our product. And the resources that are available to us within India and surrounding countries are many. And we have a lot of resources to pull from through manufacturing and distribution.
So here's a look at the competition that we would face and the opportunity to enter the market. Number one is Dr. AquaGuard, which was introduced in 1984, and they expanded with a door-to-door sales program that they had. They later added other channels and are now sold throughout the country. Something that's special for them is they focus on the different PIN codes and have different filters for each PIN code, and they run the test for each person who buys the product. Another one is Pureit. They are the leader in non-electric purifiers. They have electric as well, but in the non-electric area, they are the leaders. Something special about them is that they do in-home demos. So they bring their product inside the people's homes and they can see how it works and see if it's something that they would be interested in. So for us, what will make us unique is our ability to remove and replace different parts based on not only the different PIN codes, but differences within those PIN codes. So for example, Dr. AquaGuard has a general one for each PIN code, and we would be able to specialize it for each person within that area. And another thing, based on different complaints that we read from the different companies that are there, they had warranties and the parts were only covered for about a year's time. And so when those parts stopped working, the warranty was already up and people had to now go buy a new filter. So as we get into the market, a good opportunity for us would be to offer a lifetime parts warranty where people can get those parts replaced and be able to try a new product without worrying that it's not going to be effective. A look at our target market. As Jesse talked about, there is a need for clean water. Everyone has to have water in order to survive. So the necessity is there, but we are specifically going to focus on families. People care and will do anything for the health of their families. And if clean water is something that needs to be provided, then they'll pay for it. So our focus is really going to be there and just seeing how families care for each other. Last is our brand and product strategy. Here we have a prototype logo for Nirvana. The word relates to 80% of the population in India who are of the Hindu religion and seek Nirvana, which is basically a state of peace, and kind of helps our product because when people don't have to worry about dirty water in their home, they know that they can drink it, they'll feel peace and not worry about getting sick or even having a death in the family because the water wasn't clean. The logo is special because it shows the transformation from dirty to clean, with the brown on the left side transforming into the bright blue clear water at the end, with the water droplet to show what market that we're in.
As we launch our water purifiers in India, we will use brick and mortar retailers. Some of the popular retailers in India are Pantaloon Retail, Star India Bazaar, and Bharti Walmart. We will also use online retailers such as Flipkart and Amazon India to sell our product. And though we will have to pay these retailers for carrying our product, we will be better able to reach our target market by selling through these established retailers. To get our product to these retailers, we will utilize a distributor rather than supply directly from our own warehouse. Because India's market is made up of many small retailers, using a distributor will keep our costs down and make it easier for us to get our product out to many retailers. Further, rather than using our own sales force, we will use an agent already familiar with Indian business culture who will be able to effectively get our product into the retailers that we desire. And as we strive to market our product, we will utilize photo and video ads on social media. We also will use billboards and print advertisements, especially in some of India's most popular magazines, such as India Today, Darpan, and Outlook. Additionally, television ads will be part of our campaign, and each advertisement that we put out will include a reference to our social media pages and the company website, where potential customers can go to gather more information on the product. And included on this slide is an example of one video advertisement we would implement.
When it comes to pricing, the majority of the competition follows the flexible pricing strategy. They carry a large range of different models of water purifiers that range in price as well. Lower end models tend to be around 7,000 rupees or $101.504 US, while the high end units are priced around 39,000 rupees or $565.520 US. This range of products and pricing can work to our advantage, and we believe that an aggressive penetration pricing strategy will be the best for our product. Nirvana is a singular water purification system that has a modular design, and with our focus being on the family, which tends to be in a lower middle to middle income earning market, we expect our pricing to be between 10,000 rupees or $144.964 US and 15,000 rupees or $217.365 US, depending on the PIN code in which the system and a local filtration module will be sold. We believe that we should approach entry into India by limiting our equity as much as possible. We propose entering the country by contracting with a local manufacturer to build a Nirvana product. This will reduce our labor costs in several ways and help us to avoid expensive and unpredictable import tariffs. We will also have little capital investment and leave most of those costs on the manufacturer. We will have to take into account, of course, that there must be clearly stated quality standards and acquire patents prior to signing any contracts to secure our intellectual property within the country. Because of these considerations, we believe that FilterMax System Private Limited is the right manufacturer for the Nirvana product. They are located in Tamil Nadu, which is the industrial capital of India, and is also the second largest economy in the country. Tamil Nadu provides manufacturers with the necessary infrastructure to make our product. They are already working in the water purifier manufacturing business and employ skilled workers that already know the industry. These attributes and the smaller scale of their operation makes them the perfect fit for Nirvana's entry into India.
The imported material that we will need is the activated carbon, which will introduce the minerals to the water to purify it. Those fall under the harmonized tariff code that you see there. And the price of the tariff is $4.36 per kilogram. We plan on getting this from a supplier called Hawkeye Water Purifier Co. They are based in Xiamen, China. The reason we chose them is because they are obviously in the water purifier industry and can have that product for us. Because China is in the close vicinity of India, that will help us to reduce on transportation costs. as well as the manufacturing costs, as China is known to have lower costs. The issue with that is there are future tariffs that could come into play. India's economy has had a large impact from a lot of Chinese imports, and so their legislators are looking to limit the amount of imports from China, which could hurt us in the future. Another issue for us could be a language and culture barrier to talk about the different things that we need and when we need them, and to make sure that we have a real trusting and strong relationship with our supplier. As far as the shipping goes from China, we've selected Cargo from China as the company. They would carry it by way of the sea. The price of that is $1,100 for a 40-foot container, and it takes about 20 days from the time that it gets to the port and starts to get loaded up onto the ship, and then by the time it's unloaded in India is about 20 days.
While an ethnocentric or polycentric approach would be less expensive, we believe that pursuing a geocentric approach to our human resources will allow us to get the right people on our team and help the company move in the right direction from the outset. We decided that most of our positions can be filled by whoever is most qualified, but that our chief marketing officer and the marketing manager ought to be Indian expatriates who will have better understanding of Indian culture and how to market effectively in that culture. The extra expenses for the expatriate would be well worth it, because marketing in a foreign country and culture, such as in India, can be very sensitive, so we need to be sure that we get it right. And this screen shows our organization chart, as well as the expenses and the compensation plan for the expatriates. And with that, that comes to the end of our presentation. We thank you for your time and attention.